Hello? Am I live? Summon the cord and sound the horns. Can anybody hear me? I have arrived. It is I, Lord Bara. I have arrived. There are people here. Raymond! Good afternoon, good evening, oh good morning to you, perhaps. Good midday. Hey! Welcome, serfs and subs alike. Let's raise the banners, open the gates. Alright. How's everybody's weekend? Gwion from Wales. Welcome. What have you all been doing this weekend? Yesterday I made spoons with my son. Oh my, is this where we are? The Isle of St. Ambrose. We're still just plotting things out, aren't we? Malaysia. Oh dear, rain. Oh, I have had a rare occasion of beautiful sunshine in the United Kingdom this Sunday. It's been glorious. It's 1 AM in Malaysia. No way. I can't believe somebody is interested in watching me in Malaysia. I'm flattered, I really am. This is still building. Oh my. Seems like we've still got quite a bit to go on that. Yes, Fridays has been the Friday streams isn't going to be a normal thing for me, I'm afraid. Although I could probably do it next week and the week after. Actually, thinking about it, normally Fridays are not are an exercise day for me. I usually go to the climbing gym with a friend, an old friend, and we go and embarrass ourselves. But he's been sick recently, and so we haven't had opportunity to go, and plus other things. So I decided to seize the opportunity and just stream on the Fridays. But normally I wouldn't. Why aren't people walking down that bit of road there? Honestly, these villagers. I bet if I block that off. I'll block that off. I mean, this church needs its own little space, really, doesn't it? So I might do that. Let's do that while I'm rambling nonsense. And plus the monastery needs to build. No, I didn't make spoons out of iron. We made them out of wood. We whittled them away. Hi, chocolate teapot. I like your name. All right. Probably don't need that bit over there, do I? Let's do this bit here. We'll just keep that like that for the time being. Might need to move this church back a little bit now that I've done that. Don't need this anymore. Oh, I was absolutely spot on with that, wasn't I? It's almost as if I knew. All right. I was just tinkering around in Ironhaven as well before I came here, just to get my head back in the game. But what I'm looking at, what I want to do is stop building this and start messing around with other things. But what am I missing? Stone. I'm probably not missing stone. It's just that I'm using so much of it. I don't have enough. One. It doesn't say that I need any polished stone. So if I put a pause on polished stone for a minute. Oh wow, I'm making lots of polished stone here. Let's pause all these guys. Just hold your horses there. What's this? I'm preparing to build a cooperage. Oh, that's not going to happen for a while. I've just put it down as a place marker, haven't I? All right. What's going on in the warehouse? I think we could get another warehousey transporter type person in there. So happy with the box. You know, you don't really need 4 people in the warehouse. Maybe if you've got 8 items you do, like I do here. But if you just got 4, 1 or 2 is enough usually. The transporting isn't a thing that, unless you've got things like really far apart, like I don't know, and the other side of there is a bridge, and then the market's here, but your goods are over there, you would need transporters. But if it's close by, they don't need to be efficient. Is this the best that I can do with this fort? How much do we care if the fort's made of wood? I can't buy anything anyway. I haven't built it. I mean, I'm okay with it being wood. What I could do later on is, if this was to be continued to be developed out, you'd build this fort out and continue around here and turn it into something a bit more overlooking this area. Don't get ahead of yourself. All right. Are we making any more stone yet? A little bit. This is going to take ages, especially if I put it on the. If I don't put it on the high speed like I just was. I need to jog my memory about what my plan was for this. I think I wanted to do. Yeah, I want to run a city wall, a town wall. A town wall. A wooden one, because this is going to be wood, so run a wooden wall with the walkway. You know, there's a wall that with a like a walkway on top, but a wooden one, stakes. Run that down there. Fence off the town from the forest. It's not a very sensible thing to do, really. Now that I've said it out loud again, I don't really like that very much. But I do want it to be fenced in. Maybe I just need to cut this forest back a little bit. I can't see that tiny little brush when I'm up high like this. I click on the thing and I think that I have it or don't have it. I'm not quite sure. Right. If I do that... Ooh, I don't know. I mean, what I really need to do is buy more territory. And I can do that now because I think I've got lots of money, haven't I? Let's have a look in the purse. I mean, it's not too bad. What's the maximum? How come I'm able to sell 50 planks? Because that said 50, didn't it? Where's planks gone? I know where it is. It's in budget. I was looking in budget. Here we go. Planks. 50. No, it says 42. That's fine. Ah, because I'm looking at gold. That's why. So 28. Well, that makes more sense. Okay, when I actually switch my brain on, that makes more sense because maximum I'm allowed to sell is 28. So I'm selling 28 packs. Okay. Northbury, let's see what we need to upgrade. Northbury, trade, route, bread. We've got 50 bread. Okay, let's do it. Let's just upgrade that trade route. Middle, the other one's middle. Do I sell to middle? Berry brew. And, oh. Where did it go? 100 polished stone. That's okay, except you need to store it all somewhere. Man, I can. I'll get around to it. But that was quite easy, wasn't it? I just upgraded the Northbury trade route pretty easily. Iron. I have 100 iron ore. You know what? I feel like this is going better than I remember it was. So I'm making my own tools then. Okay, cool. I really don't remember what I did last time. Loads of iron. I think somebody buys common wares now, you know. Oh. Who buys common wares? Who buys common wares? Tropbury buys common wares for 4 gold as well. Nice. I should just build that straight away. I think the plan was to stop this here. I have a little bit more of something there. This is going to become a town square. And well, he's just kind of floating in the middle of nowhere at the moment, isn't he? I mean, if this road comes down here like that, I could make this into a kind of wall. What is this building? Cheesemaker. And commonwares. Where's he going to go, the commonwares? Where would you put the commonwares guy in that setup? Yeah, let's leave it on while I'm planning. So these guys around here need moving, just tidying up a little bit, but probably can stay where they are. There's a little bit of space here. Commonwares could go there potentially. What should we put down here? I could put the commonwares guy here. Should we see what that looks like if I do it? If I spin him round? I have to put him that way because he's got entrance and exit here and here. I mean, that's a very compact design then, isn't it? I think this is the candle workshop. Yep. We will use the candle workshop because we're getting a monastery. That's a very compact little town square. I feel like my land usage needs to be very efficient because it's a very narrow strip. I know it seems like it's long, but I think it's going to be quite tight actually to get everything in here. Candle workshop. What's this? A bakery. Do I have... Okay, I've got enough bread. You're going to tell me I've got loads of wheat? No, I don't have any wheat. Right, so I'm maxed out on bread. If I want to make more bread, I need more farms. I've got 4 farms. They're more or less good enough, I think. A little bit too small, but probably not far off it. I doubt that expanding those out would really change much. So, where on earth would I put more farms? Oh, look what we've got around here. More deposits. Sneaky. Success. We now have level 2 trading. This is 5 stone off being completed, and it's being brought by right now by Alberto. Oh, that's definitely not staying there. So I was going to use this building here as the cloister. I don't know if anybody's... last time somebody said that they were new to the monastery, and cloisters can be tricky. So I think that's probably going to be a cloister area. And I'd like another tower here. Oh, look, this is not in line. This should be a nice... Oops. This should be a nice straight line down here. And it's not. Look how off that is. I did a terrible job. I do like a nice straight line. Yeah, we'll continue this out here and finish in another tower. This comes down here. Put the bailiff to work. Where's the bailiff? Not that one. Nope. Nope. That one. Off you go. I think that was the sound of the monastery being finished. Yes, it was. Alright, let's get these guys working again. Brilliant. What's all this about? Requesting manuscripts for tools. They want to trade manuscripts for tools? You're a bit early. I've just this moment finished building the monastery. I'm not going to have any manuscripts just yet. My word. Give the man a break. I have 9. Surprisingly, I have 9. What do you mean I need to lay off the berry brewer? I tell you what I need to do now is put in my... So I've got lots of employees of the monastery. That's what they are to me, employees. I've got a bunch already. And actually, even if I have 3 more, which I just missed, they're all going to be copyists. So, shall we go with meat? They usually like meat. We got herbs and vegetables. I actually need to build the berry and the herb gardens for these fish. No, dude, fish. Oh, I see what you mean. Lay off the berry brewer, yes. That might have been the reason. One, 2. They are now copyists. I got a few too many copyists. Usually I just have the minimum amount of copyists. Because they only make manuscripts and you use them to upgrade, to promote people, which is fair enough, but they're not essential. So I like to have those down to a minimum if I can, just because I feel like it's wastage. Better late than never. No, it wasn't you, Raymond. I just didn't get the joke. It was me being slow. There's a better way to do that, but I'm going to do it like this anyway. Right, why not? Ah, just deleted that. Silly me. What is going on here? I feel a bit sorry for those nuns. Let's apply those changes. And that one as well. It doesn't take long to build these things. And what I'll do is I'll plan out the gardens. Probably want to so I'm going to extend this down here, terminate it with another tower, and then put the gardens in there. That's my plan. What building is this? It's a free build. Ah, that's because I didn't know what I wanted it to be yet. Well, I could turn it into... Where's the berry garden? I don't have one. Let's turn it into a berry garden. That's now berry garden. I think I need one of these, a hut. It needs a depot, and I'm pretty sure that that's the depot, resource depot. It does say, but if you're not sure, you can always click on wherever it is. Depot, and it will just highlight that, but show all, that is the depot. I'm going to have a little bit more free build here as well until I decide what I'm going to do. Let's have, I like it when there's a bigger building on the corner like that. That works. Now we're building on quite a steep. I haven't been very considerate about the topology of this island. I've just built everything based on a plan like that. I didn't consider what it would actually look like on the ground, which is a bit naughty. How long I'm going to try to get this to look perfect. Turn that off. Turn that off. Actually, that's not too bad. It is impossible to get these to line up because the ground heights are different and there's no way to get them to line up. But I'm pretty sure that that's coming as another toggle button here, like just automatically line up, I think. You know what? There's a reason that I picked this location to build a town on, is because it's flat. It's easier to build on flat land. You can have more control over it, and you can build in more. It's less constraining. It usually looks better to build on flat land because you don't have to worry about ups and downs and stuff. But if you can get good at following the contour of the land and understanding, like, oh well, the valley goes down, this hill goes up here, so I'd want a path that runs somewhere, and actually get your head around what it might feel like to be in that space. You can build way more interesting looking things if you build on hills and mountains and whatnot. So ground that is varied in elevation is more interesting to look at, but only if you can build well. In the real world, people don't really build on hills, not if they can avoid it. If in the UK, we're strapped for land, so you see it all the time, people build on hills. But what they actually do is they cut into the hill and make it flat, because it's impossible to build on a hill. So if you can avoid it, you just don't. Oh, Big Abe's, welcome. I thought you needed something grand for that. Now I'm gonna end up having a I'm gonna have to put all these out before I can actually start planning it properly. Yes, I can imagine being Dutch building on hills is quite a challenge. I like to have these back to back. Actually, we'll have them running this way. So we'll have them going down here. And I think I'll do 10. Let's do 10. I don't usually build great big grand monasteries, to be honest. I usually build like modular kind of I don't know, little just powerhouse monasteries where it's super compact. And kind of slots into what I'm doing. to build like a standalone monastery. I don't usually do it. I always build the monastery. I usually build the monastery first, actually, before I build anything else. And I usually build the castle last. But that was always in early access, so I'm still getting used to the full game. And the mechanics are obviously different. Where's this going to go? Okay, that can't live there. Let's have another one. Let's have the herb garden. Same deal. We'll put him here this time though. They've got these narrow ones and these L-shaped ones. I really want to use them, but they're like, they're exterior farmed. Look, they stand on the outside, not the inside. I don't know if you can see that. Not that that's a problem, but I'm just not quite sure how to make it look good. Like if I put it in the corner like that, if I do it in the corner like that, I suppose what I'm going to have to do is, I'm going to also assume that you get the same amount of herbs out of these as you do these square ones. So if I put a square one over here, I don't know how far he's going to go now. I'm going to have to start with that, aren't I? Let's do... One, two, three... And then we'll do 4. 5. And that kind of closes that corner in there. And then... No, it's too far now. So all of this needs to move down. I wish I could draw a box around these to move them all together. Can I double click them? I can. I double click it now. I can move them all together. And I can put that there. Let's add one of these has got to go because they need access to it, don't they? But it's fine. He's going to have to move over because he's getting him away. Yes, like that. That worked. And if I take this guy out, and then I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I need 2 more. 9, 10. No, I don't like these now. Oh, I can move the... Oh, look at that. I can move the whole line, but not that line. Why is that? What about this one? Oh, no. It must be something to do with them being touching each other. Right, we're learning something. What about now? No, there's still... Okay, right. So this blue line is... It's got something to do with it. Yes. That's really interesting to know, isn't it? So if the blue line's connecting them, they'll move all together. Bara! Nathan, hello. It's Lord Bara. I'm laughing at myself. Oh, right, okay. So I'm happy with the one in the corner, but I hate this. I don't know what to do. Times like this, I know what I do is I get a little brush out and then I just draw it because it's quicker. So we've got that there. I have to imagine the paths first. So let's imagine there's a square in the middle. And I know that they're running around the edge there, but we'll have this. This is going to change. So we'll have some sort of entrance here, and then they can come in through the center into there. I don't mind this being in the corner. Clearly that's there. And then obviously they come out of there and go in there. So here are the spaces that we've got to work with. Right. They don't all have to be together. I could have that one there, and then I could move this one and put it down there. Oui. Or, if I was going to be really clever about it, I could put them around that square. Does anybody else think I spend way too much time doing this? I'm normal. I'm normal. It's okay to spend this amount of time. They've gone. I double clicked them and they disappeared. They had enough of me. That's what happened. They just disappeared. Something's starting to form in my mind now. Right. No. Okay, so I like this. This is going to be my plant. I like that. And I like that. There we go. Okay. Now, any normal person might just click build there. But I just want to sit on it for a moment and just see how I feel. Right, let's imagine some little walls around it as well. Oh, I can't put a wall there because they want to get access to that side, don't they? No, they can't get access to there. I don't know why this is proving to be so vexing for me. It's because, I tell you why. It used to be that this was only a one-sided thing. I'm gonna try something. I think that if I block off one of these sides, it won't be a problem. They'll just use the other side. Who else thinks that if I block off one side, they'll use the other side and it won't be a problem? And who thinks that they're going to kick off? Tales of Tep, ahoy! They'll start a coup. They might. There's only one way to find out, isn't there? Do it. Oh, I'm going to build that whole thing now. That's fine. It's fine. It's less of a big build. Shouldn't take too long. I'll have to show it in maybe in oh no, I will actually show it in Bara, the micro monastery, which is like super efficient that I usually make. What's all this? Any ideas what should go here? Oh, I know. Another tavern. Someone's path is blocked. A rope trellis. Look, he's already complained. I barely even started. He's complained. I knew it. I didn't know it. Gardener. They're called gardeners now. The berry pickers are called gardeners, and the herbalists are called herbalists. The herb pickers. This is a nice space though here. This is a big area where you can do some really good landscaping and have a nice garden. I mean, just a maze for the villagers to walk through or something, you know. But especially because it's on a hill. Get them to go in a weird dance up that hill somewhere through a little maze. The inn, yes, that's what can go over here. That's a good point. It is called an inn, and it serves that function that the monastery serves with the hospitium, but for the labour estate, which is a really welcome bit of gameplay in my opinion. I always thought that was missing. Lots of stone, lots of polished stone, lots of tools. Everything's going really well here. Sorry, love. There's a wall there. What is she doing? Can't she see there's a wall? Got to make access round the back, haven't I? Oh well, now you know. I did the experiment for you, in case you might have been wondering the same thing. Yes, you're absolutely right, Big Abe. If the arrow's red, it's no go. If the arrow's red, it's no go. If it's white, they're happy. Unless there's a bug, and I have found quite a few of them actually where that's not the case. Sometimes the arrow is red and they can get access, and sometimes it's white and they can't get access. I found a few bugs. One of them, I think I was able to repeat it actually, is where you take this, the Serene Campfire, and Oh no, it's not doing it now. Maybe you have to build something else first. Nope, can't repeat it. Well, that was... the whole building would just permanently remain red. I wasn't sure why it was happening. I was able to repeat it at the time. So this Grange is going to move, and I think I'm just going to put it... Actually, I'm going to put it in a sensible location, which would be down here. As kind of the first place you would go to make the life of the transporters easier. And it's still very early days. I basically can build nothing from the monastery. So I need to start tarting it up, don't I? And getting some splendor. How much have I got? 8. Yeah, I've got nothing. Let's get some splendor up on this gal. So I like the chapel. I think I put this bookend on the building. At some point I'm going to get annoyed and wish that I'd thought ahead a little bit more. So I could put some stained glass windows in some nice locations. Maybe I can put them there. I don't think I can make... Yes, I can. I've got one. Yeah, I can't put it there. I can't put it there. I don't know where I can put it. Yeah, I'm already second guessing myself on that now. Just going to move that there for the time being. And some crosses. Oh, I was wondering why won't it stick? Why don't it stick? It's because I've turned that snapping off. There we go. I think I can get one on top of there as well. Yes, I can. Whose path is blocked? You can't get to that wall section. Don't believe you. I think you're fine. Hi, Colin. And it's Lord Bara. Is one... Do I prefer the castle or the monastery? I don't have a preference. I really don't have a preference. Tell you what we'll do. Let's put a bit of hedging down. I think the hedging builds very quickly. Let's try to think about the lay here. I'm having some technical difficulties. Okay, it's back. I thought it was going to crash then. Whew. I think when it comes to the different estates, the thing to be aware is the monastery path is more complicated, has more moving parts than the castle, but the castle requires more resources to manage. And the reason is that the monks and the nuns, they take care of themselves, they feed themselves. I'm just going to get rid of this for the time being. It's causing them to have a bit of haywire. The monastery is definitely more complicated when it comes to getting to gameplay. I'm not quite sure what I'm trying to achieve here. That's why $25 more. So that's 3 more trees basically, isn't it? I tell you what I want. I want a centerpiece here. I want something interesting to go in the center of this courtyard, this large courtyard. So I've got a few courtyards going on. I've got this one here, which is for working. I've got this one here that's going to be Cloister, and that's probably just going to be purely decoration as well. And then there's this large one here, and I want something quite stand out there. But I don't have the pieces for it yet, because I'm pretty sure that I'll be able to unlock... Yeah, there's... what's it called? Here we are, Modest Bell Tower, and then let's get down to the last one. Well, that's Abbottal Church, right? So Modest Bell Tower, and an enclosed belfry. And then there's Modest Bell Tower with an open belfry. Yeah, I want the belfries and stuff like that. They're the cool looking buildings. And if I if I carefully place down a large tower belfry style building there, I think that'll look quite cool. So in the meantime, I'll just put some bushes down and whatnot just to get the points up. I mean, this is all going to be... I'm gonna landscape this heavily. So I'm not worried about it because I feel like I'm overthinking it. Let's do some of this as well. Yay. I do have the garden add-on, actually. Polymorph gave it to me for free for being a good boy. No, it was very nice of them. But I haven't actually installed it. I've looked at it and I can't imagine how it would fit into a build, if I'm honest. So I've got it, but I haven't used it. I was thinking about giving it away, to be honest. But I don't know how to go about it. I was thinking of doing like a giveaway, giving it to somebody, but I don't know how to go about it. I haven't thought about it, and yeah, it slipped my mind actually that I even have it. Does it take... Oh, you've got it. It makes a nice centerpiece. It takes ages to build, does it? What materials does it use? I imagine it uses marble, iron. Does it use... Is there any... I don't imagine there's any glass involved in it. Marble and iron. Maybe gold as well. Gems. It uses gems. There was a golden gem encrusted golden cross that you could get for the one of the masterpieces before they took masterpieces out, obviously. And yeah, that used gems. That was the only other thing that used gems other than jewelry. Do you know that the tier 3 houses for the citizens, they use glass now? You need glass in order to build them. So they're starting to really weave in all of the different commodities that you can actually use. Yeah, I think they will. They will add They will add those things back in at some point. At the minute, I think the developers are just... See, this is a bug. They're just trying to crush bugs like this and add compatibility for the millions of different configurations of machines that people have at home. Oops. Can't click this. Go away. There we go. Yeah. PC users have like a gajillion plus hardware configurations, and it's on the developers, isn't it, to make sure that it works with everybody's. So they have the work cut out for them for sure. Let's add one in there, or just leave it like that. Let's just leave it like that for the time being. Let's see if they can wrap their heads around it. Yeah, the citizen builder, you have to make sure that they're actually upgraded to a citizen, otherwise it it takes like 75% longer for a serf to create something that a citizen can do. The other thing about building a monastery, who was it that asked me this question earlier? I'm just going to check in the chat. Tales of Tet was asking which estate's more interesting, and the monastery seems be a bit more interesting. It's not. There's more game. There's just a little bit more gameplay in it. I don't know. It's not true to say that though anymore, because the castle's got a lot of gameplay in it as well. Like, you know, there's no. I can't send anybody on quests and do battles and things like that. And there's a whole upgrade, and then there's like a final boss. There's gameplay in both of them. There's loads of gameplay in both of the monuments now, but they're totally different, and they play completely differently. Like that's why I'm happily sitting here, just hoovering up newcomers and dropping them straight into the monastery, and I'm not even thinking about it, because until I've filled up the gardener and the herbalist, I won't care. I won't really care. It doesn't because it doesn't affect what goes on in the town. It's like there really are three different things going on here. You've got the monastery, which has its own food system going on. It doesn't affect what goes on with the town. They don't. If I look at their needs, they just need rustic food. They also need monastic food, but I haven't fulfilled that yet, so they're not going to complain. When I do fulfill it, when I provide it, and I don't provide it well, they will complain. But until that day happens, they're happy. But when it comes to the castle, you've got anybody that's working in there, the soldiers, they will have an impact on your economy because they take gold. You have to pay them, and they also eat all of the food in the town as well, plus more. So it's just very different types of gameplay. Like, what is it? I'm actually really like it as well, because it means you. Here we go. It means you can design very different, working mechanisms. And it's amazing, really, that it all works and it all gels together. I commend Polymorph for being able to pull it off, because it's pretty complicated. That's why I see when people are asking questions about how, monastic food, that's one. When people are asking questions about, there's some XY is not working in my town, and how do I get it to work? It's not. The more I've thought about it, those questions aren't really that straightforward to answer, because what setup have you got? Is it castle? Is it monastery? Is it just labor? There's a lot of different moving parts, and I think the key really is to understand how the systems work, and then you can just backtrack and try to figure out where things are going wrong. But you can only do that if you actually understand the systems. They don't build themselves. They're interconnected. It's like simple rules. They've all got simple rules, but when they interact, they become more complicated. Easy to learn, difficult to master. There we go. Well, they seem pretty happy in there, don't they? Yeah. So when you set up, when you build a, when you I'm talking to TJ's point here, asking about Granges. When you're setting up the castle monument, you don't need to worry about food because your food's being covered by the town. But when you're setting up the monastery monument, you need to think about the food and how it's covered in here. So when you build your monastery, if I bring it front and center, when you build your monastery, you need to build all of the monastery. Silly me. When you build your monastery, you need to build all of the monastery functions. You don't need to do that with a castle. You can just build the one you want. Same as the labour. You just build the one that you want, the one that fits your need. But with the monastery, the whole thing needs to work. You need the chapel because the monks go to their own church. You need the dorms, and then you need the refectory because they need their own food and they need a place to eat it. And it's important to know that because you can't just be building one thing at a time, which is why I didn't just build one thing at a time. I built everything all together. Whereas when it comes to the castle, I'll just build the one thing that I need. Usually treasury. You're at 800 population, Big Abes, and you're only just getting to the castle. Cheeseburger, are you asking me if I can... I don't know if you're talking to me or somebody else in the chat, sorry. You're asking if I can share save games or if somebody else can share save games with you. Yeah, it's a bit... Whack-a-mole's a really good analogy, actually, Big Abes. You don't run ahead of yourself. Always check this, happiness, which is why I built the town first. In theory, I could have not built the town at all and just built the monastery. In theory, I suppose I could have done that. But I like to have the town. So I've built out labour first as well. A little bit of labour. Mainly because I want the tax office, right? Because the tax office generates income. Oh, I forgot about this. We can buy stuff now. Let's get... I can get everything. Kitchen. This is going to start causing me problems now when I get this kitchen. 90 to 95% happiness is excessive, I would say. I wouldn't worry about it if it's at 80%. It's fine. I mean, if you can hold it there, that's good, but you don't need to. Yeah, you can share your save games. They're just a file. I can't remember where they are. I think they're in your user, and then I can't remember where they are. Yes, they're in Windows somewhere. They're just a file called .save or something. You can just pick them up and share them easily. Let's get the privilege. I'll show you what I'm going to do with the privilege. Wait a little bit and I pick those two up. Let's go straight to privilege though. And I'm going to add straight away clergy buildings upkeep reduced by 25%. That's the first one I'm doing because my building is massive and I need a 25% reduction on its upkeep straight away because it's huge. Let's build a hospitium and I'll get some I'll get a little bit of influence for that. That's cool. If I'd built like a micro monastery, a super compact one with everything I needed in a small space, which I often do in a town, just because I want the either I want to start making wine, or I want the what's it called, the herbs for citizens, because it's a luxury food. Build like a compact micro monastery with just a few a minimum amount of people in. Then I wouldn't bother with this parish grant, but because it's so huge, I need it straight away, and already it's having an impact. Upkeep. We can compare it. General, where is it? Monastery, there it is. 118. And remember that number, 118. That's what it was last month. I'm not going to build it right now because I'm going to continue to get Splendor. I'm going to absolutely smash out Splendor and get everything else. I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll do it like this as well. It's a bit cheaty, but it's allowed. Pelendor, dash it all. Good evening. Hello, all of Canada. Welcome to the chat. Let's make a little bit more of a sensible path for them to walk down here. I'm going to plan out my... Actually, let's see if I can purchase other things. Yes, I can. Treasury, don't need it. Splendor. What do we get with this one? Modest Cypress. Modest Cross, sorry. Can't read. Modest Ornament. Modest Stone Shrine. Stone Shrine? Can't remember what that looks like. Stone Cross, Gargoyle, Stoop. Oh, I know what the Stone Shrine looks like. The octagonal stoop and the round stoop. Let's get the Cloister. Right. This is how I do a Cloister. You can do your Cloister your way, and I'll do it my way. That's not anything special, that building. I'm just putting it there because I want a building there. I just think it'd look good. Ah, here we go. So now we have a fully enclosed interior. Palandor, has the minimum or maximum size of the interior enclosed space been removed? Doesn't say it anywhere. Just says enclosed area. Create an area closed off on all sides. Yes, I am. You'll see. It's just because I seem to recall that there. I don't seem to recall. I know that there used to be a number that you had to hit, a minimum number. It had to have a certain size to it, but I don't see it anywhere now. Is it just been removed? It's been removed. I don't see it anywhere. Oh, it simply doesn't tell you anymore. Okay. That's convenient. Right. So here's the method to the madness. Big Abe's, I'm not, I haven't lost my mind. All I've done is created an enclosed space, and you can do that with any building part, any way you see fit, whatever shape, you know. And then it tells you that you need 2 cloister halls and 1 cloister garden entrance. And I mean, that's telling me that it's enclosed area. I think that's going to disappear. I hope so. So what's the first one I need? 2 halls, which is either of these, and this is an entrance. So if I put down hall, I'm going to use the same, oops, I'm going to use the same one. Actually, not that one. I'm going to use this one and this one. And here's a, see, I've got a green tick now. And then here's an entrance. Here's another tick. And if I put this entrance, this is where the magic happens. If I connect these up here, connect that to that, and connect that to that. See, I've got my my little entrance arrow as well. And then if I, boom, do that, ta-da! Now it is a working space. Does everybody understand what I just did there? It's not magic. I just created an interior space, and I used 3 buildings. 1, 2, 3. 3 building parts, and then I connected them to the interior space. That's it. And that is the magic. That's the magic to understanding cloisters. Create an interior space and then add the buildings that you're told to, and it'll work. I can't pronounce your name. Hrafnasil. You can use any building parts that you want. You can use any of the building parts that you want, that you have available to you. You could even use an infinite amount of these, because look, because they have an interior space. If I can connect it to the building, and then it goes green. See, it's red, green, green. Stop, go, and then I could connect a bunch of those, and then create an interior space with those as well. There's no reason why I couldn't have used these. I could have used these, but and look, I can even take these off as long as the door is connected. That's not a problem. But there's no reason why I didn't use the specifically these parts to create a cloister. I prefer the look of it. I think that looks a bit better than all of this cloister I just prefer the look of it. It's just my aesthetic, that's all. And so this is what I'm going for my cloister. That's what my cloister looks like. I just like the look of it. Yeah, a lot of people have difficulties getting the cloister up and running and getting it to work, and find that it's difficult. But in reality, you don't. I think the confusion comes is because they look at these parts here, these cloister parts, and they go, "Oh, I have to use these," and they're adding this additional layer of complexity where I have to use these things to satisfy these requirements. And like, no, you don't. You can use any parts that you want. All you need to do is make sure that you've got 2 of these and 1 of these as well. That's it. Have an enclosed space and then get 1 of those and then 2 of those, and that's it. I hope I'll do a tutorial on it as well. I'll do an ultimate guide on this as well when I eventually get around to doing the estates guides. But I mean, I feel like that's all there is to know about it. It's like it's like an annoying thing that people get confused about, but it's really not that complicated once you wrap your head around it. But I completely understand why it catches everybody out, because of just the way that it seems like, oh, I need to do it, and you give yourself extra problems you don't need to. Such is the way of life. I've overcomplicated things and I didn't need to. Bugger. And then you can create like a little garden in there and whatnot, and put some chairs in, and the monks will go in and mill around, and it'll make it look like it's being used. You're gonna ask Pelindor about cheese. Make sure you've got your cheese citizens, your cheese cheesiers. How do the cheese makers? If they're upgraded to citizens, they'll produce at a decent rate. But if not, they'll always be constrained. Let's build that. What was the other? What else did I unlock? Hospitium. And the emissary office. And the monastic kitchen. Watch out. The minute you build that is the minute you're in for a world of pain if you're not set up for it. On the topic of cheese, I never have a problem with it. I just treat it like every other production chain. Just look at how much is being consumed. Let's take bread as the example here. Just look at how much bread is being consumed. I've got 73 bread. That's good. Over 50. If I've got over 50 bread, I think I'm selling bread. Resources, bread. No, I'm not. But if I was selling bread over 50, and if that was that number was over 50, that would be more than healthy. There's no problem. So we're substituting bread for cheese here. I hope you're with me. So just trace it back down the production chain, and just go, well, do I have enough flour? Do I have enough wheat? in order to supply that. If that's low but that's high, it's not a problem. If that's high but that's low, it is a problem. I just treat cheese exactly like I treat all the other production chains, and I never seem to have a problem with it. I don't feel like it's broken. I don't feel like it doesn't work. The only additional complexity with it is because cheese is a refined food that really only the citizens really benefit from. It's not just for citizens, obviously, but the citizens benefit from that the most because they need an additional refined food. So as the cheesemaker needs ideally to have citizens working in it in order for it to run at its maximum output. But I don't feel like cheese is broken. I feel like people expect too much of cheese. You expect too much of cheese. It's just cheese. Hello, Luaz. Big Abes, I bet what's happening with your cheeses, I bet you're underproducing other things and you're expecting cheese to make up for it. I bet if you increase the production of, say, bread or meat, your cheese would also start to increase because there'd be less pressure on it. Try that and feedback to me. Luwas, you've entered into a cheese debate. I'm sure you could throw your oar in. Being the cheese expert that you are. Oh, damn it. I'm 1 point. I'm 1 point off being able to get that. What does it give me? Modest cloister. It's more cloister parts. A walkway, a corner, entrance. I won't really use this. I might, but probably not. 1 more point and I can get all this high-end architecture. They call it modest, but we all know it's not. It's almost flat here. If I imagine that this is a terrace, somebody else was talking about terraces earlier. If I imagine that that's a terrace there, and it connects up with that, not completely, because it's not going to be a building part. Then what am I going to put here? We got it. I'm not quite sure how I feel about this just naturally ticking up, Pelendor. It just ticks up. We used to have to work for that influence. Now we don't have to work for it. It just appreciates, doesn't it? Not sure how I feel about it. It feels a little bit cheaty to me. Yes, this is what I want, one of these things. Right. What's it in? Free build? Or, no, I was going to do this, wasn't I? The emissary office. You're allowed to rant. You can rant about whatever you want. Check this out. Okay. I don't know if anybody's... Okay, so here are the bell towers. There's one. There's one. They progressively get just more badass. Maybe not that one, but I think that... Maybe not that one. This one's cool as well. I like this one for like small market squares. But look at this big boy. Oh yeah. So many to choose from. Yeah, he's going to go in here now. Yeah, I'd like the splendor to be increased with missions as well. So once you've set up the estate, your mission giver comes in, and then you do the missions, and rather than giving you like have some bread or some fish, it'd be you get splendor. I think that's how it should work, and I think that should be when you set up the game rules on like hard mode, because I can understand why this might, because it's casual, then it just naturally appreciates. But in hard mode, I think it should tick up with missions. Bread. Holy moly. I've got a lot of berries. I've got a lot of herbs. And I've got a little bit of bread. I don't really need to do this. But it's not a lot. Let's do it. Might hurt me on the bread a little bit. Be alright. Did I have I built the hospitium yet? It's still building, isn't it? Anyway, what did you think about all those towers? Those bell towers are awesome. And this guy's going to go here. Ba-boom. These galleries are great for like finishing off the look of your buildings. They look slick. Look at that for a gallery. Also, these modest building parts, they also give you splendor. Check out the size of this. Boom. How irritating is it if this doesn't line up? Because I want to have this run out down here, this path run out down here, and then across onto a bridge over there. But this doesn't line up right now. Should this line up? What should I do? Move this out here? Or replace that entirely with this? Like that. Need to pick it up a little bit. Up to. A little passageway. Nothing too crazy. Like that. Nice. I told you this was going to be a big old build. Can you add stained... What? Replace the hall on the end of the Cloister one with the modest one. Yeah. Can you add stained glass to this? You can't add stained glass to that. Where can I put stained glass? You can put stained glass on this building. Pretty sure this gets stained glass. It would help if I had... there we go. I could put stained glass on that side. And that side. Aha. Right. This needs to be turned in order to really make the most of that, doesn't it? But how strange does that look? Maybe if I kick it out. Let's get rid of that for a minute. If I push it out there. Is it a bit too big? That looks silly. It needs to be higher than everything else. I like this door. I like this door. Doesn't fit well with that though, because it clips into the sides. But that looks a bit too immodest. What about that? No. This one shows steps, but I can never get the steps to actually show. Usually end up going for that because I like the steps. And then you can have stained glass. I think I need glass for that. Yeah, I do. So I'm not going to use it right now because it'll never get built otherwise. That's okay. I'm okay with that. And it looks interesting enough, I think. It's turning into a bit of a beast. Is it finished building? Nope. We have to do it in parts, in stages, otherwise it'll get overwhelming. Replace the rustic hall with the modest at the end of the cloister. That. Replace that with that. Is that what you're asking me to do? You want me to put that there? It's a very similar size building, actually. Oops. Got the wrong one. Is this what you're on about? Yeah, monasteries aren't known for their subtlety. I recently went to one in Germany. And stayed the night in it, actually. It wasn't made out of stone or anything, though. It was all wood. It was all covered up with tarpaulin and whatnot. It's being repaired. It suffered a massive hailstorm in the region and destroyed the roof on it. Like, actually destroyed the roof. The hail had punched through the tiles on the roof and like was demolishing the top floor of the building. It was a nice building though. Lots of like grand courtyards like this everywhere. There was 3 buildings and they all had like a big courtyard, and they had like a little stream running through one of them, and little bridges going over it. It's quite cute. Can't remember what it's called now. Can't remember what it was called. It was near the Alps. We went sledging. Took the kids sledging. Do it. Just do it all. Why not? Well, talking of grand entrances, I need to do something with this entrance here, and I was thinking about actually having wall that extends from here and then all the way around, and then having a gate here. So this is going to be gated now. And then that can be gated as well. Not bad though. Do I still need more? I've still got more space in here, haven't I? More brothers and sisters. I've got vegetables and no meat. That's interesting. No meat. I wonder if I've got hunting on the island. Oh, look at that. A tiny little bit of hunting. I hope I'm selling herbs. Can I sell herbs? I should be able to sell herbs. Herbs. Oh, I can unlock this. Yeah, I can sell herbs. And vegetables. Would you sell vegetables? Probably not. I thought somebody else bought herbs. Do they not? And also, I haven't built that common wear shop yet. Turn my attention away from the town to build the monastery. Look, here herbs as well in Northbury. I knew it. I thought it was Northbury. I was second guessing myself. Herbs, where are they? Sell everything above 100, just because I'm making so much. That's just money. What was the other thing? What was the other thing I said? Vegetables. No. I'd rather add vegetables to the town market. Wheat for the king. The king sends additional wheat to feed his soul. No, needs, not sends. Of course, he doesn't send. He doesn't send anything. He just demands. I don't have any extra wheat. Sorry, king. Maybe next time. I'm gonna need another villager for that. Feels like it's a long way for them to walk all the way to that peninsula. I think I just picked up... It says 3. I thought I picked up 4. 1. 2. I'll keep one back. So I should expand this territory. I might do it twice actually. So I've just got that one. What does that look like now? For boar. That looks pretty good for boar. Can have a bit more. This is going to be a trade-off, you know. If I ever wanted to start mining that, I'd have to chop out... Actually, no, I wouldn't have to chop out this side. I'd need to chop out a little bit of this side, wouldn't I? So, could do it. Oh, I need to look at the state of this territory now. This teeny tiny little territory costs an extra 30 a month. I can understand why Palandor, you can sound off on how the territories are all the same price, but you don't get the same benefit out of them. The fact that I've got so much boar here is telling you that, well, I've got a lot of boar. I don't need more boar. What I need is more. Oh, I could do that quest again. I'm not going to. What I need is another butcher's as well. Let's add my guy in here. Not ready yet. Where's my butcher? Butcher, butcher, butcher. You might not understand why I'm doing this, but I'm going to do it anyway. Oh, that was a long time coming, wasn't it? There we go, and now we have like defined the top of this incline. That looks natural, as natural as it can. I think that particular privilege is only really useful if you get it straight away, and because you know that you're going to be expanding with the castle. Otherwise, especially if it's pointless getting it late game. Here's a question for you all. Where am I going to put the vineyard? Veg. Where is that vineyard going to go? When I think of vineyards, I imagine them on a steep slope, or at least a terraced slope. I don't imagine them on a flat surface, so over here doesn't seem right. But where is there a... I mean, what I could cut this out and have the vineyard in here. That might look pretty sick, actually. Herbs, wow. 225 extra for herbs. I mean, I could cut these trees out and have that as vineyard. What? Or there. I mean, I could cut any of these trees out and have them on the vineyard. But then it's kind of like vineyard next to the monastery. Don't know. It makes sense. I'm scared to add the monastic kitchen. But I've got to do it at some point. Shall I do it after those are built? No, the nothing grows on the cliff faces on there. But the villagers do walk straight up them now, apparently. When's that getting fixed? Who knows? Here's an emissary. Oh my word. How do you pronounce that? Belina Hasala. I can't do it. Training speed. Let's do training speed. I don't often do that. An emissary has been appointed. 10% for now. We'll re-roll on that now that we know the trick. How many more peeps can I have in here? Loads. 5, 10, 11. Can I have 11 more? Oh, I'm out. I'm out of monk space. I can't be out of monk space. Where does it tell me? 60, 60. No, that's for the service. Nuns 26. Monks 14. I'm out of nun space. That's what I'm out of. Oh, so I can have 52 in total. Monks. I need men. There's too many, not enough men. behind, on here, or behind the what's it called? Cloister. There's a problem with the cloister? It requires interior access. Yeah, it's because there's no door built yet. Look at that. That's looking pretty cool. Can I leave you with that image for a minute while I just go and just pop out over there for a minute? I'll be right back. I just asked my wife what that monastery was called that we went to stay in Germany, and it was called Benediktbeuren. If that means anything to you. Is there a wall? Is there a wall that's just a nice looking wall?
the shower.
Okay.
Don't tell me you'll ask them all.
You know that. Yeah. It was cool. It was like a wooden monastery. It wasn't. It was mostly made of wood. Let's see if we can get some free trade upgrades. What am I doing? I should be doing this via the monastery. There we go. I wish this was taller. I wish it was a little bit taller. Does anybody else feel like that's a bit small? Like this one. It is slightly smaller than that one. Oh no, it's not. It's exactly the same. It's exactly the same. Yeah, but I can raise this. Like, I must always raise these. Should be able to change the roof colour on it as well. No. Oops. Let's use this one for a change. We'll go there. And then we'll mess it up. Like that. We finished building. We have. The stone is for this bit of wall, isn't it? Okay. the other thing that I need is cloister. I have kitchen. I don't have apiary. Who else puts the apiary next to the farms? Let's have two. I like the idea. I like the idea that the bees are gonna pollinate the wheat. I know it doesn't happen like that, but let me have my medieval fantasies. Why does this part of the fence need rebuilding? I didn't really mess with that. Oh well. The monks have got a long way to walk to the apiary. All production chain times are reduced with travel time. That is a thing. But I consider it worth the payoff if it looks nice. Until it becomes a problem, obviously, and then I'll undo it all and kick myself for being so pedantic. Like this. But I feel like they deserve it because they shouldn't be walking over there. There's a perfectly good road which I've built for them and they're not using it, and I don't know why. Probably because everything that they need to do is actually over there. So if I put one of these down here and incentivize them to come over here, maybe they will start using it. Just for now, you understand. Sounds like Big Abe's is allowed to brag. I mean, it's kind of in the name, isn't it? Apiary is getting built. Hospitium. I still don't have a hospitium. A place for pilgrims to rest. No. This is where the hospitium should go. Here. They do, lasses do like a guy in uniform. I can attest to that. Shall I host a berry fair? I've got a lot of berries. This is going to be. Let's stress our town's resources just for the fun of it. Yeah. Let's keep that open while we build that. A couple of blokes here. I need them for the monastery, don't I? Get rid. Come back. Okay, and we're back on the hospitium. Let's have some nice looking hospitium buildings. It doesn't have to be crazy. I'm going to blend this as well, I think, with the more tavern. I might do this actually. See if it works at least. A hint at my job. No, I don't have to wear a uniform. I don't wear a uniform, but I do wear overalls. I thought I haven't been coy about my job. I'm a plumber. How do you feel about that for a hospitium? It's in the water. Just because I felt like it. A big wrench. I have many tools. I have a tool for every occasion. Don't be shy, Raymond. Everybody saw it. It's no point deleting it now. Everybody saw it. It's too late. It's too late. The internet doesn't forget. apart from that, is everything built? Beekeeper. 2 beekeepers. Should have another one though, right? It's not built yet. Oh, look at that. Everybody's delighted. We need to sort out this sheep farm at some point. I literally just splashed it down, didn't I, to get on with things. I need to come through all of this and have a good old pass on it. More delighted visitors. Yeah, tidy it all up. Get this built. You know, whenever I'm sure you feel like this too. Whenever I start a town, I always feel like, oh, this isn't going to go very well. It looks rubbish. But as you just start to build and just tidy it up and start to rearrange things and get an idea, and it grows, and it becomes what it's always meant to be. More beekeepers. Got plenty of space for herbalists and gardeners here. We don't have any meat stored in the monastery. Why is that? Directed at Pelendor. Why don't they have any meat? I've clearly got lots of meat. They don't want any of it. I don't feel like I can comment on any of these on this chat that's going on right now. I'm gonna have to duck out of that. Well, interestingly, I'm not actually... I'm storing meat here at this granary, and I should be storing it over there. A merry fair. Look at that. Nailed it. Easy peasy. I don't understand it. Yeah, you need to have a little bit of persistence when you start. It's completely fair to start something and think to yourself, oh, I don't like the map or whatever, and then try again. But my advice on that would be when you get a new map, when you're picking a new map, just keep hitting roll, and then have a look at it and see what it feels like. And if you're not, there's no harm in going, I don't really like this. There's no harm in saying, I want this to be perfect, because you can hit roll as many times as you want, can't you? So you might as well spend the time and get it exactly what you want. I don't like doing this. It messes things up when you start messing around with the storage types. Keep an eye on it and see how it goes. Got a lot of gold. When you've got a lot of gold, it's worth just buying territory. What shall I get? So round the back of here is... Whoa! Check it out. I'll get the bailiff on the other one as well, shall I? There it is. Off you go. See what's in there. And... yeah, I could get that. I don't know why I would get that. It seems a bit pointless actually, doesn't it? You could get this one. Probably going to end up putting some village out here. In fact, it makes more sense, doesn't it, to have this road come round and encapsulate this sheep farm. Have some other farming going on around here. Cut back this forest. Don't need all of that. And then have these two territories here and then work my way up to these deposits. Should have probably been looking at those. Oh, it's on a bit of a hill, that is. No, let's not do it right now. Oh look, here they are. They've got some meat in there now. 30. You know why they don't use it? Because they're not using it in the kitchen. They're not using it, so they don't call for it. That's why. I would say that that's why they do it. What do you mean? When you're building, you look at the calendar down here. I never look at it. I never look at it. Ever. This is the first time I've looked at it since the full game was released. At which point I looked at it in passing because I was actually looking at this. I never look at I don't care about that. I don't even know why it's there. What's it for? It's just numbers. Want a bit more tavern in here. Public lounge. Don't care when the bailiff's coming back. He comes back when he comes back. Doesn't help me to know when he's coming. I don't get anything out of it. This is definitely one of the craziest little builds that I've done. It's because I'm trying to get it all along the water there, but I'm starting to feel like it's a bit too mental looking. I don't know. That's why I said I was gonna have it. That's why. That's why. Get out of the way. You can come over here. And you can get out of the way. And then we'll have you back over here. There we go. That feels a bit better to me. How hard do you think it's going to be to implement a mod that has a bracket for these times a day that you can just press play on or pause on that just cycles through them? Who's going to make that mod? And when's it going to happen? That's what I want to know. Another privilege. Cloister. Bit of treasury. Very close. 150 I need for wine. Let's spend the privilege before I forget about it. Food or money? Food or money? I'm going to go with the food because I can control money in other ways, but food is an issue, or it can be. And I don't need a tax, so I'll do this now. I'll worry about money later. Oh, look what I can do. Let's get the bailiff half price. This is always the same for me. Yeah, Big Abes, I completely understand. I probably got another half an hour, maybe 45 minutes if I'm lucky on this. To be fair, I achieved more than I thought I would achieve. This has gone faster than I thought it was going to go. It's mostly there. And it's working, which is good. And most of this is planned out. I could get the Hospitium on the go. But I want to start building this out now. Do you think Lord Bara is capable of losing his stuff? I will remain calm and collected. What just happened? What just happened? What just happened in the chat? That's incredible. What on earth possessed you to do that? I don't know what to say to that. Thank you. Doesn't seem to do it justice. There we go. The Able Manor House. No way indeed. You're a generous guy. Too generous. I don't know how to celebrate that, to be honest. just, okay. It just happened. It just happened, did it? You're a crazy guy. You're overly generous and a little bit mad, probably. Well, that's not the only reason that the ladies like the uniform. I'm sure, with that kind of generosity, I'm sure they're in awe of you. I sincerely hope that you sleep well, Abes, and that you have a good week. You're not Mr. Beast yet, but you're close, right? Close second. I've lost my focus now. I can't remember what I was supposed to be doing. Have a good week, Big Abes. I wish you all the best. And again, thank you very much. I appreciate it. Please sleep easy. Lord Bara's not really doing merch and things like that, to be honest. Lord Bara pretty much just plays Foundation. That's pretty much just what he does. Let's hit go on this Commonwares shop. It's been a long time coming. Might get the rest of that built as well. What's this? Bakery. Don't need it. Candle workshop. Wax. Hey, I could probably do that now, can't I? I've got honey and wax. Am I storing honey or wax anywhere? Wax. Am I storing honey here? Can I store honey here? Yes. Alright. We're in for honey and wax. So I can do that. Let's build that too. Candle workshop. Wow. Town comes to life. What's this? Brewery. Yeah, we're going to have a brewery slap bang in the middle of town. That makes sense for a... I've got some seed money for some merch, yeah. Go on vacation and go and see some castles. Yeah. I'd like that. I'm a bit blown away. I'm a bit blown away by everybody that comes and watches me just blather on and play a medieval city building game. Kind of blows my mind, to be honest. I mean, don't get me wrong, I enjoy making the videos. Yeah. Well, I go to look at churches and castles and stuff. I go and take my kids, and for entertainment purposes, but also because it's good for the kids. And we do that kind of stuff anyway. We have what's it called? National Trust membership. I don't know if you know what that is in the United States, National Trust. I'm sure you have something similar, no doubt. It's like a charity, a privately owned charity that looks after estates that were historical in nature, and then they end up falling into, I don't know, the family owners, they're not able to maintain, or they can't afford the upkeep of the buildings anymore, and then so they give them to the National Trust, and National Trust take them on and then repair them, and the general public can go and visit them, and that's how they get their money to maintain them. I mean, National Trust all over the world, right? Most people know about it, but I don't know if it exists in the United States. Perhaps something similar. Yeah, you can get like a National Trust membership in the UK, and then it also works, or it did used to anyway, work in Australia and New Zealand as well. It probably works in most Commonwealth countries. And there's lots of historical buildings all over the place, and you can go and see them on this membership. It's worth it. Yeah, I've had National Trust membership for many years, close to 10 years, I think. It's like, I don't know, 150 quid or 160 quid for a family pass or something. And there's hundreds and hundreds of sites, not just historical buildings, also like private beaches and things like that across the UK. And sometimes, which is really handy, like car parks. You can go a special National Trust car park. The only National Trust members can get into and use, but it's free for National Trust memberships. But you can't use it unless you've got National Trust membership, which is super handy sometimes when you're going to visit somewhere and you need somewhere to stay, or park. I need a reason for the villagers to want to go down there. Oh, National Trust locations in the US as well. Yeah, you should try it out. They're great. You know, it's quite an eye-opener, really. What for me, when I go to National Trust places in the UK, Sizer Castle, for example, that was a National Trust place that I went to recently, and that's what I'm going to base this the castle build in Capybara on. No, I don't imagine there's many castles and medieval structures on the list in the US. But still, I bet there's plenty of stuff to see if they're operating in the US as well. I wouldn't be surprised if there's lots of manor houses, period manor houses. Nice, we're in. Still got a decent amount of space here for houses to spawn in. What did my oh, look at this. Found gold. Can't get to it for a couple of moves. 1, 2, 3 probably. 1, 2, 1, 2. I bet that's 2. Raymond's off now, looking at National Trust places to visit. What's the place that's closest to you that you can get to tomorrow? Come on, Mrs. Brunner. We're going on a trip. Where are we going, Raymond? You'll see. I know. There must have been Big Abe's that stashed that round the corner there. I'm so excited. I'm doing this regional fair. I just clicked it without even thinking about it. Henry Overholser. Sounds German, Overholser. Or Dutch. Dutch. Sounds more Dutch, actually. Well, you know where you're going next, don't you? To go and discover who Henry Overholser is, what his life was about, and what kind of house he lived in. We expect a full report. And a recommendation. I never did things like that when I was a kid, so I always make a point of it to do it with my own kids. Like just go and see historical things and just go and explore and have a look at them. What's it all about? My family weren't really into things like that. I might finish this fence off, you know. Oops. Oh, apparently I can't finish the fence off. Never mind. Craig the Rock Castle. That sounds Scottish. Craig the Rock. What kind of a castle is it? Common wares. We are making common wares now. Holy, I wasn't expecting that to happen. We are going to need market stall. Right, here's a good stall. I'll put the good stall here. And it's goods. So let's have a blue. Don't ask me why I use the blue for the good stalls. I just feel like there should be blue. Hello. Unraveling the mystery tax. Ah. You learn Davenport is imposing a new taxation law on traded goods. The details are a mystery, but you know it yields considerable profits without impacting commerce. If you were to crack its secret, such a tax could greatly benefit your village. One of the elders will tell us if I cross his palm with gold and influence. A new tax is learned. Great, I won't use it. I wish I could see them in advance. You can't see them. It's fine. I won't use it anyway, but it's good to know. And my villagers are eating the vegetables. That was very high before. I'm going to need more vegetables. I knew it was Scottish, built by a Scottish-born coal and shipping baron. Nice. Robert Dunsmuir. Started it in 1887. Does that mean it's not finished? We have the museum card in Finland. It gives you access to hundreds of museums. Or is that so Craig the Rock Castle, is that somewhere that you have been already? (1887). No offense, but it's not very old. When I think of historical buildings, there's a National Trust manor house. About 12 miles from where I live, and we go there regularly because it's got a really beautiful grounds around it, that's just a nice place to go and walk around. I've been in the house so many times now I don't need to go anymore, but that house is, I think it's 850 years old. It's a manor house. It's got a moat around it, so you know, but technically no, it's not a castle, but it's a manor house. But yeah, it's like, when I think of old buildings, I think of that. I don't mean to undersell 1887. It's clearly older than I am, you know, but I'm sure it's still very cool. What going to put in here? Okay, so actually I can have all three of these, can't I? Because I'm making clothes, I'm making commonwares, and I'm making candles now, and I don't have any commoners. Pretty old for British Columbia. I imagine it covers a large area as well. You guys have got more space than we have, so the places here tend to be quite small, compact. Maybe that's the reason that I build such compact towns. I've internalized it somehow. Let's build the other two while I'm here. Build one there. One there. Oh, I've also got herbs, haven't I? So I could also build a luxury store. Not that anybody will use it, but let's build it anyway. Yeah, built by a big manor, a castle that's actually just a big manor for a rich person. Yeah, that's what Sizer Castle is that I'll build in Capybara. Technically it's called a castle, but really it's just like a huge manor house. Henry Overholser Mansion was built in 1903. (1903) doesn't sound old, but you know, it's over 100 years, over 120 years old now. Time's it's not stopping, is it? It's still going on. 1, 2, 3. Let's have... We've got clothes. Let's have the common wares. Let's also have the candle. And we will have... Oh, I can choose honey or herbs. What do I have the most of? Honey. Wow. Got to do that. Boom. And then the herbs can be used. Oh, well, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I'm probably going to need another grange, aren't I? And also I need to put a hop farm somewhere. I feel like I'm running out of space, you know. The mortar isn't even dry yet. Mortar reaches its maximum hardness at 100 years. Most mortars do. After that, it starts to deteriorate, except if it's Roman, in which case I think it reaches its maximum hardness at about 3,000 years or something ridiculous like that. I could swap this out. Let's put honey in there instead. Seeing as I've got excess honey. I'm going to need to store some foods, but I don't know how to make them yet. Let's blank it. Let's blank it. I'm going to need another one of these. Another grange. I'll probably turn this whole area into the grange area. You know what? We've built a lot this session. Most of this monastery's been built, plus town stuff. Their villagers are absolutely pumping stuff out. This has been a big building session. A lot, really. Buying bread. I don't need to do that. I've got enough money. I don't need any more splendor. I've got 35 is enough. 132. If I can just push that up 18 points, building this might do it. No, it only gives me +4. Okay. Not going to finish this tonight. I'm thinking about where to sign off here, because I need to go and sort my kids out. I've neglected them enough. You need 2 planks. Apollina? Why are you only bringing 1? What is this building anyway? Oh, it's just treasury. Okay. I still haven't decided where to put the vineyard or the hop farm. I think we were talking about the vineyard being here. That's quite a decent slope, isn't it? Could put the vineyard on this slope here. But where am I going to put the hop farm? Here, maybe? But could put the hop farm here. Or up here? No, I can't put it up there. This is just going to be this whole area. Really, what's going to happen here is there's going to be a little settlement, and it's just going to be loads of miners that are absolutely smashing it out. What's in these two dig sites here? That's kind of the perfect place, right there in that basin. So where's my hops going to go? If I buy this and put hops up there, I won't put a wheat farm on a hill. I will not do it. You will never catch me putting a wheat farm on a hill. They will only ever go on flat land. It almost never happens that you see a wheat farm on a hill. It looks like a finished building. This is all finished. No, that's not finished. Still got a few to go. What is it that's not finished? This building. It's a shame that the hospitium can't connect its interior, or it's a shame that the other buildings can't connect their interior to other buildings. I feel like that used to be a thing, but it's not anymore. I don't know why. Can't get to common wares. Can't get to common wares. Why not? I will get to this next time, the hospitium. Once this is built And this is built. I am done for the evening. Yes, I am being summoned by children. I'm rapidly running out of time. This town centre though could end up being quite smart once it's fully fleshed out. Put some more buildings down here. Link that up. And enclose that in. I think it'll look quite smart. Have a good week, Raymond. Thanks for stopping by. T-shirt and mugs. I'm not sure. I don't know how to do merch stuff. I'm not sure. I will look into it. Yes, indeed. TJ, it was a pleasure. I hope you had fun. And I hope everybody that watched had fun, including lurkers. I'm pretty sure that there are other people here that just don't engage in the chat, and that's completely fine. Obviously, that's usually how I roll. Just lurk and don't engage in the chat. But you know, if you are a lurker and you're listening, I appreciate you too, and I hope you had fun. Wooden spoons. Could I sell wooden spoons? Don't know. I'll think about it. But I'm not going to think about it too hard. Yeah. Oh, it's close. Get the kids making some spoons, churning out some spoons. Boom. Treasury is up to 4,550. I like this little hospitium here. Might make that a little bit bigger. That's quite cool. Just in the corner there, and you go, oh, it's just a little hospitium, but actually, look at that. It's quite big. Might even make that bit bigger. I've got to start messing now, because I've got to wrap up. This is nearly done. Apollina, she's building away. Chocolate teapot, appreciate you. Thanks for coming by. I hope you had a good time. And we're in. And they don't have any pathing issues now either. That's good. Alright. Sweet. And that's where we're at. That's where we're at. Let's make it dusk. Let's get rid of that. That's where we're at, guys. Alright, well, I'm going to call it there. I had a good time. Thank you, everyone, for joining. And I will be continuing this on. Still got the castle to build. Or the fort, as it is. Still got the town to go through. And one more thing to do in the monastery, which is add their kitchen, which is going to mess things up massively, but I'll deal with it when that happens. But yeah, still got one more session, I think. One more session on this, and then it will be in a state, a right state. We'll see. Anyway, love you all. Take care. Enjoy your weeks, whatever it is you're doing, wherever it is that you're doing it. And yes, there's a lurker popped up. I see. Whatever it is that you're doing, wherever you're doing it, I hope you have fun, and I will see you all in the next one. Ta-ta for now. Bye-bye.